How does AI see your resume? When you apply for a job, the recruiters are using AI to assess it, but you don't know how it looks to them. So, and what is missing from your resume based on an assessment of an AI system. So here I am using a real resume as an example to show you how you can do that. And based on that assessment, how can you improve your resume in an authentic way with your own words to increase your impact? Well, so this person has actually really good trajectory as an accountant. So like always got promoted, has an education in a accounting and business administration, started as a staff accountant, senior accountant, lead accountant, and accounting manager. So we can apply for this person like all accounting manager or senior accounting manager roles. Skills: financial accounting, financial reporting, budget administration, cash flow analysis, internal controls, and some like tools such as QuickBooks, Microsoft Excel, and Hyperion, billing automation, audit support, tax prep. Okay, so I am going to assess this resume against a recent job ad by Deloitte, and let's just get started in jobser.ai to see how this resume is going to do against this recent. It's usually pretty quick. Yep, here it is. Okay, so the score that you see here, like 43 out of 100, is the score that jobster.ai calculates based on some criteria that assesses the match of your resume against the job ad. There's a lot of potential here. If the person is able to make the changes that I mentioned here, they will have a better chance of getting called for an interview. So let's see what is missing here. In the resume, one of the keywords that's missing is consulting. Okay, this sort of makes sense because, Deloitte is a consulting company and this person hasn't worked as a consultant. So maybe, the person has to reframe the experience to emphasize the consulting aspects and use consulting as a word. So here what Jobster suggested that they do is add some information in the professional summary section of the resume while providing consulting services to senior leadership on financial process improvements and strategic initiatives. Sort of makes sense to me. So like, it's not like, you're working as a consultant with like multiple clients, but like you have actually did some consulting services. This is like a likely experience. And if the person has this experience, either modify it by making changes here or accept it. PowerPoint, okay, PowerPoint. Why would you even include PowerPoint in your requirements? Do you really score this? I just don't. I mean, this person will most likely have PowerPoint experience, right? At this level. Come on. Project management. Cost optimization. Click. So there's a new tool. Well, sometimes when, they ask for tools, like as a professional, learning those tools is so easy. And you feel like, what I suggest, like if you actually don't have the skills for a tool, just go, like if you have never used it in your job, that's fine. Just go and open a free account if they have a free tier and just play around with it like for a couple of hours and learn what it does. Because if it's related to your job, you will most likely be able to do it. Like let's say if you're an accountant that you have never used this tool that's called QLick. All right. What you can do is like, if they have a free tier, you can just go and open a free account and just play around with it and see what it can do. Maybe you like it. Maybe you just want to learn even more. But you can still put it there because you had experience with it. And if they ask you, like, in the interview, have you used this tool? You can be like, Well, like I haven't used it in this tool, but like for my side projects, I actually have used Kulik to do such and such. And it's not a lie. You have done it. You looked at it, like maybe you played around with some data for, for your like own business or for someone else's business. Like that's fine. Like include it. Tableau, yeah, it's a key tool that they want to. Power BI, yep, just makes sense. Okay, a lot of these tools are actually pretty essential. International experience. So let's say if you always like worked in the United States and never have worked like, in any other country, of course you can't have this. So what you do is you just like turn it off. All right. And, then in the next step, your resume revision is not going to include this. We also have replacements here, and the replacements are amazing because it just tells you how you can align the language that you're using in expressing an existing experience so that your wording is more aligned with the wording and the approach of the job posting. So here, for example, one of the keywords was strategic leader, which is sort of like missing. So, okay, what Jobster suggests is that here is a sentence that I found in your resume. What I would do, I would actually write it slightly differently so that like you are more aligned with this position. The key here is that like in both of these like black boxes, you can actually come in and just make changes. So like if you don't like something, you want to make a different kind of change, you can actually use it. For if the same keyword is just keep coming up and you just want to like, make changes, you can actually come here and just find past responses that you use, and you can actually use those responses to express the same thing. So basically, it just makes it easy for you. Once you decided what changes you're going to make, maybe, you're going to turn off some, make some additions, like it just really is helpful to implement them to your resume. So what the AI does is that all the things that you have control that you chose to write in your own way, it just implements it in your resume. And when you come here and you click on show changes, it just tells you the changes that it made to the resume. Here you can find, for example, there is a replacement here to emphasize strategic leadership. There is an addition here for a missing keyword, and this is shown clearly throughout your entire resume. Like here, you see that all the missing tools we decided to add, but of course, you have the choice of like whether to add or not add them. If you're not comfortable, just don't do that. So once you do this, you can actually download your resume as a Word doc, or you can just look at these changes and just copy and paste the ones that you like into your existing resume really quickly. If you want to get a cover letter, you just like go here and just click on generate cover letter, and it will just give you one that is targeting your new resume towards the job that you're applying for. Here, you can also see explanation. It just tells you, okay, here, that was a job requirement from the job ad. And then here, I actually mentioned. So for example, the job ad says, well, minimum 6 years of experience. And then I say, okay, here, like, I have 15 years of experience or something like that. So of course, I mean, you should revise this, I think, especially to make it sound more authentic. But basically, it's a good structure to begin with. All right, so I hope this helps. I find this tool helpful to actually adjust your resume so that you increase your chances of getting hired.